What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, guys. Your boy Ryan LFC back again, guys. Another top shelf video for you guys today. In this video, we're going to take a look at Liverpool versus Real Madrid in the Champions League. Massive game for Liverpool, and I have some special guests on the channel. But before I introduce my guests, I want to shout out to make sure you go and check out cardsplug.com. Use the coupon code RyanLFC to get 10% off your order. It's a perfect gift. I hope Jifty go and get a FIFA card with the Jamaican logo on it and him club logo and stuff. Are your favorite player? So, yeah. But first and foremost, man like Matt, welcome to the channel, man. First time around here. I really appreciate you taking the time out. Jifty, Callum, Joe, Jersey Boy. I really appreciate you guys coming on, man. How are you?
Pleasure, bro.
Big up, man. Trust me. Yeah, man. Thank you, bro.
Esteemed company, must be said.
Bless you, bro.
Okay. You know, the last time Liverpool faced Real Madrid in the Champions League, we know how that go. Real Madrid defeat us by 3-1. Can we get revenge against this Real Madrid team? But Karim Benzema always score on Liverpool. 4 goals against Liverpool. We meet them in the Champions League, I think 2014. Real Madrid, Cristiano Ronaldo defeat us by 3-1 at Anfield. This is a different Liverpool team around, and I think this Liverpool team can angle this Real Madrid team, especially Sergio Ramos out. How you feeling, man, like, man? You think we can get a victory at the Bernabeu?
Yeah, definitely. Listen, Real Madrid, they're not the same Real Madrid that we played back in 2018. Let's be real, a lot more of their players were in their primes. So you had your Sergio Ramos, you had your Modric, you had your Cruz, you had Cristiano Ronaldo, you had Bale, who came off the bench and done a madness, but that was down to Carries. We all know that. We're not going to talk too much about that, yeah? But Real Madrid now are still dangerous. And as you said before, Ryan, Karim Benzema, since Ronaldo has left, has really stepped up because now he's the focal point. And dare I say it, you see how we talk about Firmino doing the whole false 9 thing? That is Karim Benzema, you know? He can do it all. He can link play. He can score goals. He can get an assist. He can score beautiful goals. He can also score tap-ins. He, for me, would be the key danger man. But another thing we have to be careful of, their midfield, Ryan. Their midfield of Luka Modric, Toni Kroos, Casemiro, who I think they will go with, are still a very good midfield. And as I said before, Modric might not be in his prime anymore, but Toni Kroos is, and so is Casemiro. So we still have to be wary of them. But I definitely feel we can get a result. Because after the way how we played against Arsenal, we can only be confident now. Let's look forward. Let's not bring the negativity and talk about who we're going to play at the back and all that. I'm looking at what we have now. What we have now is a team that can beat theirs, in my opinion.
Yes. Over to you, Joe. How you feel about this game?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's exciting. I mean, coming off the back of a win against Arsenal, you know, the confidence is flying high. Trent with a statement performance, Jota banging goals in, Salah on good form. Yeah, we go into it positive. We go into it more optimistic than we perhaps were thinking we would do maybe like 2-3 weeks ago. It's obviously it's not at their Bernabeu, it's at their like training ground or like kind of that small pitch that they've been playing on because of the Bernabeu renovation. But yeah, I'm really excited. For me, I hope we approach it in a kind of attacking sense. I think obviously getting the away goal is crucial. I know which front three I'd play, but I'm sure we can discuss that later. But yeah, no, I mean, it's exciting. I mean, like, obviously, I'll try and be real as possible. It may be the last time we're in the Champions League for a year or so. You know, there is a chance we don't make it next year. So I just think we've got to enjoy the moment. Liverpool and Real Madrid, both massive clubs with massive history in the competition. It's an amazing tie. And, you know, it's just an honour to see Liverpool in the Champions League, to be honest. And we're doing well.
Definitely. With the victory over Arsenal, a lot of confidence coming to this game for Liverpool. Jifty, what happened to your boy Sadio Mane? What's going on?
I don't even know why people think he played bad against Arsenal.
Didn't play badly. He did not play badly.
I don't get. You know what it is, yeah? If you don't score, he has a bad game. I don't know. I think we're getting a bit too used to the whole Salah effect of like he can have a poor game but scoring, and then everyone's like, well, at least he got the goal. Do you know what I mean? Because that's what he's in the team for. And if Mane don't score, then everybody kind of feels like he had a bad game. I think in the first half he was the best player, personally. Obviously, in the second half, Fabinho, Jota, Milner, Salah. There's a couple men that outshined him. You could probably say that was where Firmino came back. I think Firmino had a better second half. Mane had a better first half. But if you take the game as a whole, Mane never had a bad game, bro. So I don't know, man. But I think Sadio's going to be the one who's going to move to Real Madrid. Watch. He'll get all the people back on side against Real Madrid, I reckon.
He always come up in big game, especially when Liverpool need him the most. You know, he always come up in some clutch moments, some big
100%.
game. He can go back against Real Madrid a couple years ago, Bayern Munich a couple years ago, Barcelona didn't score, but him put in some very good performance in both legs. But Callum, what should we expect from this Real Madrid team? Many people said this is the game we want. We want revenge for a couple seasons ago. We lost to them. How confident you think Real Madrid come in this? Because they have 13 Champions League. When I look at them record, they have mostly 13 or 14 match unbeaten in all different competition. Should we take more Cosat and come into this game?
I think it's a tough one, right? And the reason I say that is because Real Madrid, the name is brilliant, isn't it? But this kind of reminds me of when we played them back in 08-09. They had a big name, but they weren't the team that everyone thought they were. And again, I'm not saying we're going to go and smash them like we did in 08-09. And to be honest, our team hasn't been what we expected from this season either. What I will say is, though, this is the best form we've had for a long while. And I don't think Real Madrid have played against a team like ours this season. And the Arsenal game was a nice reminder to the world, not just us as Liverpool fans, just what we can do when a couple of players turn up and when players are playing in their right position. I think you look at the job that Fabinho did, and I agree with Drift. I think Mane had a really good game. I don't think he was amazing. There's still a couple of times he missed a chance and he made the wrong decisions, but I think that happens. I mean, Salah missed a chance as well, but we don't speak about that. So Firmino still didn't score either. So I think the blame, quote unquote, has to be shared out with the front three apart from Jota. But that's the main man as well, Jota. When we played Real Madrid the last time, they were at the peak of their powers and we had a carrier single. And we lost Salah in that game. And up until the mistake, Real Madrid couldn't score past us. And then even when we got back to make it 1-1, it was another mistake that kind of gave them the third goal to give them the overall victory. I'm not fearful of this game. I'm happy we got Real Madrid. I prefer Real Madrid to Porto because I think Porto would have played the low block and we would have struggled to break them down. And I really do think we can go out there and put a stamp down and show the rest of the world that we are still Liverpool and we're a problem in the Champions League.
Jersey boy, how you feel about this game, Jersey boy? I know you always predict Liverpool to draw and stuff. Give us a little bit of, give us something different. Give up some confidence. Can Liverpool go and dominate this Real Madrid team, Jersey boy?
First of all, that's a lie. I don't predict every result as a draw. That is the biggest lie in the world.
Yeah, I've been doing that, Jersey boy. You're turning Jifty on us.
Yeah, but I've been doing that because it's reality. And I've got most of my predictions right. I was the only person to predict 1-0 Fulham. So this game I'm nervous just because it's the only trophy we can probably win this season. We can't really do anything else. So I'm just fearful just because of the defense haven't been really tested yet. They weren't really tested against Arsenal. Against Benzema, it's going to be a huge problem. Asensio, I'm not scared of Modric because I think he's not the same anymore. Kroos is still a problem from free kicks and corners, that kind of stuff. Varane's going to be a problem. Varane was rubbish against Man City, but he'll turn into prime, whatever that is, against us. So I don't know. I'm nervous but excited. Hopefully we win.
Well, my thought on the game, we should run over this Real Madrid team. You know,
Jeez.
I want revenge. Trust me. A couple years ago, they made me cry. So I don't want to have that feelings back. You know, I want revenge against this Real Madrid. I don't care who they have. I want revenge against this Real Madrid team, man. Many people will say, our defense didn't test in the Arsenal game, but Fabinho, he were outstanding. He were the man who breaking up everything in that midfield. And I do a combine with the Real Madrid fans, and they're telling me about Casemiro. We're telling me about Casemiro. Fabinho has been the best holding midfielder in the world football in the last 3 years. So for me, we have to win now. We have to go there and get a positive result. We cannot bring them back to Anfield with a 1-1 job. We need to score at least 2. Shut down Karim Benzema. I think it's over for this Real Madrid team. And I think Nat Philip will definitely have Karim Benzema in his back pocket. What do you feel about that, Joe?
Well, yeah, I do agree with what Jersey Boy said about it's going to be an interesting game where we judge our defense. I mean, they've been great for the past few matches, and the partnership is looking relatively solid. But obviously, granted, they haven't really fully been tested. Liverpool have a credit to Liverpool. We're able to control games really well. We don't necessarily give away too many chances. Even in the games we lost, we didn't actually give away that many chances. So this one's a really interesting one, and I'm still. I don't know if there are many people out there, but for me, I'm still a bit skeptical with Kabak. I don't know about you, Matt. I know you said about Kabak in the early stages, but for me, I'm a bit skeptical. I think he's done really well. Yeah. But I'm really going to judge him properly in these 2 legs against Real Madrid. Real Madrid, like I saw in the comments, you'll be sleeping on Asensio or Vinicius Jr. They're good players. Asensio's actually got good form. So I think it'll be a very good game for Kabak. I hope he performs. I really want him to do well. But it'll be a big test. It will be a big test for him. And I'm very excited to see how he performs, because if he does show up in both legs against Real Madrid, then we can seriously think about potentially buying him. But at the moment, I'm just a bit on the fence with that. But yeah.
Man, who you worried about on this Real Madrid team? They give us a lot of problems, especially going forward.
Do you know what? It's got to be Benzema. And I know it's kind of the boring answer, but we can't ignore that it's just a fact. He's their talisman. They look to him for goals. He's their creator as well. He does everything. As I said before, he does that false 9 role so well, Ryan, to the point where, dare I say it, you put Benzema on that Liverpool team, he bangs goals. He's a quality striker, and he has been for a little while. I just think, when Ronaldo and Bale were there, he was kind of overshadowed by them because of the role that he was asked to play. Again, we have to be wary of Vinicius Jr. His end product isn't great, but what he can do is he can beat his man, and he can beat his man pretty easy sometimes as well. And that's another guy we have to worry about on the flanks. The guys I've already mentioned as well, Asensio as well, he's a class player. But I think we have to stop Real Madrid by not allowing them to even dictate the game. And that's where Klopp has to get it tactically right. Does he go to a 4-2-3-1 and think, do you know what? Let me give the best chance, to Thiago and Fabinho just to sit deep, and then maybe play Firmino as the 10 and play Jota, Salah and Mane? Or does he try it a different way and play a 3-man midfield and put Gini Wijnaldum in, who I think is in contention for this game as well? I think it's all going to come down to tactical flexibility, in my opinion, and which I think we have the advantage to. Like I said, we can go 4-2-3-1, we can go 4-3-3. I think as well, Trent Alexander-Arnold, he's going to be key for us as well. And I'm so glad that he's hit form at the right time. You saw what that game meant for him against Arsenal when he was under pressure, critics saying, he's England place. When we all know as Liverpool fans, he's quality. He's one of the best right backs in the world. There's no one that can deliver like him from a defender that I know. Maybe only Joshua Kimmich is the only person. And maybe even Cancelo to a degree, but not on that same level. I think Kimmich and Trent, when it comes to deliveries, they're just different. So listen, right? Benzema, we stop him, we've got a very good chance. But we can't rule out other players, like, as I said before, Asensio, Vinicius Jr. I'm not sure if Rodrigo's fit or not. I don't know if he's fit. I know Valverde's out of the game. I know, obviously, Ramos, we already know he's out. So, do you know what I mean? We move.
Definitely. But, guys, look at these stats. Head-to-head, coming to this game, the last 5-time Liverpool play Real Madrid. Back in 2009, 1-0 win for Liverpool away from home at the Bernabeu. Fernando Torres, Steve Gerrard was lighting up in the Champions League 2009. So at Anfield, Liverpool defeat them by 4-1. Real Madrid 2014, we talk about that when Brendan Rodgers was the manager. 3-0 victory, Cristiano Ronaldo and I think Karim Benzema get on the score sheet. I don't remember who is the next player score. But in 2014, they defeat us by 1-0 and 3-1 in 2018. So, Real Madrid at home this season, they last 5 games, 4 win, 1 draw. Liverpool, much better away from home. I don't know why. Something about Liverpool when they play away from home this season, especially in the Premier League and the Champions League. The pressure is off, so they go out and play football. When I look at Liverpool away record, 4 win and 1 loss. Where you take from that, Jersey boy?
I think it's not that brilliant. The fact we've not, I think the last time I saw we really beat Real Madrid was that 4-0 win. That 4-0 win, because obviously I only started supporting Liverpool in 2018 because before that I didn't actually know what football was even. I was I got hit in the face by football. I was too scared of anything football-wise. So I only started supporting Liverpool 2018 because of my dad. So fortunately, I don't know too much about the head-to-head and stuff.
Chief, to give a look light on the head-to-head.
Bunnies, man, innit? Can't stand Real Madrid, bro. Can't stand Real Madrid. Them defeats are under Brendan Rodgers don't even make any sense anyway. Brendan was, I don't know, he's wet around the ears, man. Man put Gerrard on the bench and all kind of foolishness. I don't know what he was playing at with them. I don't know. It's almost like he was like, we can't beat Real Madrid. I'll try and get 12 points from the other game. That's what it felt like to me that year when we was in the Champions League. Plus, we lost Suarez and Sturridge weren't fit. We're kind of all over the place that season. So let them have it, innit? Everyone knows about the final. Everyone knows that you can kind of look at things in hindsight. You can come up with, I mean, I probably sound like an Arsenal fan saying this, like, oh, if this never happened, then probably would have, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not even doing the excuse thing, but let's keep it real. For those first 15, 20 minutes or whatever it was that Salah was on the pitch, they were shook. They didn't do nothing in that game up until that point. We had them pinned back. They were pretty much parked on the edge of their box. And we were penetrating, and then Salah come off. They got all cocky, thought they could push up the field. And as Cal, I think it was Cal's already touched on, it was only 2 mistakes from the deadest keeper we've ever had at the club, which is why we ended up losing that game. When you actually think about the fact that we lost our best player, and we still needed 2 carious blunders for them to beat us. And they were at the peak of their powers. Don't let them tell you anything else. At that point, they were at the peak of their powers. And it took 2 blunders for them to beat a young, let's call us a young buck Liverpool team at that time. We was like the 18-year-old having garden fights right now. But everyone knew, right, by the time this youth's 21, he'll probably be UFC champion. That was who we were at that moment. Do you get what I'm saying? And they just about beat us with some dodgy goalkeeping. So I don't really look too much on the back in the day stuff. But yeah, they are kind of a European enemy to us, isn't it? Plus, we're looking at them the way Man U used to look at us when we had all the league titles and they didn't. You know what I mean? We want them 13 Champions Leagues. That we want to be the real. Everyone knows we're the real European royalty. We just need to have the tag to back it up. So how many we got to win now? What, 6, 7 we got to. So if we get the 7th one this year, then we're on the way in it. So don't look too much at back in the day. A lot of those games, it's really hard to judge. Do you get what I'm saying? And for some reason, we always seem to play each other when one of the teams ain't quite at the other one's level. I don't remember the last time, because to be fair, even when we beat them up back in 08, 09, they weren't really that good then either. They were still obviously Real Madrid, but we were better off than they were, and we were further ahead in our development at that time. So it's kind of, I don't remember the last time we ever played Real Madrid and both of us were just on it. Do you know what I mean? Like I can't really, not to my memory anyway.
But back in 2008, Jeff, they have Sergio Ramos. They was just coming to the peak of them game. We have Casillas. They have some good play. I think Karim Benzema at the time would have played for them, but they were just young.
Yeah, enough of their main boys were young then, innit? That's what it was. Yeah. They were like really young back then, like Benzema and Ramos and that. They were like early 20s them times, innit? So like they were I think they'd only just. I think that was Ramos's first year at Real Madrid, if I'm not mistaken. Like he was young then. He was playing at right back, right? He was only like 21 or something like that in that game. So
Yeah.
yeah. I still think we were way ahead of our development though at that time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, at the time, Rafa was the man in the Champions League, and you were doing great thing. You know, to have previous Champions League win and all semi-final and all of them stuff there. So at the time, but I want to touch on the Brendan Rodgers thing. He was saying Gerrard could play 2 games a week. So you were just protecting Gerrard, but that was the biggest mistake and the dumbest mistake him ever make at Liverpool. How can you have Gerrard playing Champions League game at the Bernabeu? You're telling Stevie Gerrard him going to sit on the bench. You're going to play him against Norwich in the Premier League weekend. You're mad. These men rise to the occasion for big games. So Brendan Rodgers sick man, but I still love Brendan Rodgers. What he has done at Celtics, rebuilding him career and come back at Leicester City. Trust me, I have him in the top 4 manager in the league. You know, a lot of people don't give him credit because he buckled it at Liverpool. But what he has go and do at Celtics and come in the Premier League, he has proven himself that he can get another chance to manage a big club. But
100%. Brendan's the man. You can't deny it. Brendan's the man. I know these men have a little bit of a different feeling about Brendan than me. I got a bit more love for Brendan, especially Cal. I know Cal doesn't really like, you know, how cheesy Brendan is and that. But you know what it was? You see that whole Gerrard situation, right? I think he just got a little bit power mad at that point because things weren't going well for us. And I think he realized that with Gerrard around, he's not really got much control. So it was kind of like a bit of a power thing, I reckon. Because that was around the time when Gerrard sat him down and was like, well, go on. And he was like, yeah, this is your role now. And Gerrard said, oh, well, I'm going to duck out then.
Yeah, because
kind of feel like he was all right with him going because it meant he had more power. Because I feel like with Gerrard around, he kind of, because remember when you see him now with all this experience and he's won things, he can kind of puff his chest up more. Back then, he was a wet round the years manager who proved he could play good football, but hadn't proved he could actually do anything. And I think he was a bit shook and a bit intimidated by a man like Stevie G, who was a proven winner. Do you know what I mean? I think it was a bit of a power struggle.
Yeah. I really get your point and stuff because at one time, you know, this is why Brendan Rodgers learned from the mistake because at the time he just wanted to do too much thing more than coach it. And you know, we have our FSG where run things. Brendan was just get caught up like Klopp. You know, him still have a saying, but Brendan Rodgers want to have fully control. And listen, he's a young manager, he's a rookie, you have to take hard. And at the time, Steve Gerrard wanted Jamie Carragher to come at the club, and Carragher always think if big player, past Liverpool player come, they will get him out. So some of these are, you know, like concern and all of them stuff there with Brendan Rodgers. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely, man. Power struggle, innit?
Yeah, but I'm really doing good now still. Trust me, I would love him at Liverpool. I'd love to see him get another chance at a big club.
No, not at Liverpool, right?
You have the experience. You have the experience,
if Arsenal knew what they were doing, if Man United knew what they were doing, they'd get rid of Oli or Arteta and they'd get Brendan.
Yeah, he can go to one of them teams. That's fine with me. He can't come back to Liverpool.
No, I'm just saying if they knew what they were doing.
Carl, let me ask you a quick question. Would you rather have back Brendan Rodgers or Rafa Benitez?
Rafa.
Swear down.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. In 2021, I actually would rather Brendan. I just think he's a bit more of a modern manager. I love Rafa way more than I love Brendan, but I think Rafa's football in 21 for us personally, I don't think it would go down that well. You know.
Yeah,
you're thinking of Rafa and Newcastle with limited resources and limited personnel. Though Rafa with this team and this group of players would do a madness.
I think we would enjoy the football under Brendan Rodgers, whether it's football that will be win. Because the thing is, it's winnable football, innit? You want football that's going to win you championships, win you titles. It's hard, you know, Carl, because I get both points. You look at Brendan Rodgers and think, if he was at Liverpool right now with these players, I think he could be successful. The same thing I think of Rafa Benitez, but on both negatives for both of them, Brendan Rodgers. Does the stage get too big for him? Some people say it does. And but with Rafa Benitez, some people say, yes, he's very good, like, you know, from a defensive point. But you see, now in today's game, could he be more found out now? A bit like how Mourinho has to a degree. Like, their style of football. It is kind of pragmatic, in my opinion. And I'm not saying it's not title winning football, but I also think as well, are we gonna like the football that's being played? Are we gonna sit there and go, oh my days, like this is the type of football that we now have to witness now just to win a game? So it depends how you like it. Again, I rate both of them.
I think you'd win the Champions League if we got Rafa back, and you could win the Premier League if you got Brendan.
Yeah, one of them. You're right, Jifty, because in my opinion, I think Rafa to do a long season to get the team and points to win the league and point, he will struggle. But winning it, preparing it for a cup game, just like Jose Mourinho, and I don't think Rafa evolve him game like Jose Mourinho. Both of them, they don't evolve them game. This is a problem. Rafa should win the Premier League with Liverpool 2008. He make Ferguson get into him head.
Yeah, and also
he didn't have a squad. Guys, let's not forget, Brendan Rodgers outside that 13-14 season, I think finished 7th with Liverpool.
That's true. But look at the squad he had. Look at the squad.
But he had a terrible squad, Cal.
He had a better squad than Rafa. Rafa had a better 11, but he had a better squad.
Are you
I don't think. I don't
bro.
Rafa was having to play David Ngog and Nabil El Zar.
But if you look at, you know what? Even let's go on the premise that you're right.
Fabio Barini,
which maybe you might be right.
Sommer,
Rafa's first 11 was so good that it still outweighed whether Brendan had more options on the bench or not.
But I'm pretty sure that season Torres missed more Premier League games than he actually started that season.
And but we all know that was Rafa's fault for letting Robbie Keane go. No one understands why he did that.
Would you, let's be real as well, as great as Rafa is, what always worries me is a little bit like Jose. He's very robotic, Rafa Benitez, and some players don't like that. I think the game's evolved to a point where sometimes, I'm not saying your manager has to be your best friend, because I don't think Klopp is necessarily a best friend, but you see that passion, and then like when you do something right, he's the type of person to come over and congratulate you. Remember, Steven Gerrard spoke about it many a times. Sometimes Rafa does that to get the best out of his players, but sometimes a player needs to know that, like, if you make a mistake or if you've done something all right, you can show man appreciation. And that's where I feel like the preparation for Champions League is a bit better. Whereas a grueling season, let's say, let me ask you this, Cal. Let's say Rafa Benitez is in charge now, and we went through that bad spell, obviously with the Anfield spell. But I'm not going to lie, I reckon confidence will be done. Imagine Rafa Benitez trying to galvanize the squad.
But we say this, but Brendan Rodgers was the reason Gerrard left, and he was a lot of the reason why Sterling wanted to leave as well. So it's not like Brendan's got a great man management.
That's a young, but you know what it is though? That was a young Brendan, and dare I say it, Cal, I think he was just a good coach, not a great manager. I think, as Ryan and Jeffrey said, I think he's evolved personally.
I think
even when you watch Leicester play, they give up possession a lot. It's not like they're on the front foot in most games. They're not.
Yeah, but they do it on purpose, Cal, because they know their weapons are when you've got the ball, innit?
All right, but Rafa does the same thing. So when we say Brendan Rodgers would be better nowadays than Rafa would, Rafa and Brendan pretty much employ the same tactics over the course of a season.
I disagree. I think against bigger teams, Carl, they will allow, because they know that they haven't got the personnel when it comes to certain teams. But when other teams, for example, remember, did they not smack up Man City this season? Was it the score?
5-2, but let's be honest, games this season are a bit of a mad one because West Brom just beat Chelsea 5-2. We lost 7-2 to Villa, so
I hear that.
Cal, I still think Rafa's a better manager, though. I
fully get where you guys are coming from. I get where you guys are coming from. I respect Brendan. Yeah. I wouldn't want him back in Liverpool.
Brendan's attacking football for me is better than Rafa's, and Rafa's all-round management is better than Brendan's.
I disagree. Even again, we look at Brendan's season, that 13-14, and again, without taking too much credit away from Brendan, we had Sterling, Suarez, Sturridge, and Coutinho, and Gerrard playing a quarterback role. Barring those 2 seasons, our attacking football under Brendan wasn't great.
Yeah, because we had Barini in them, man, bruv.
Who he brought in, bruv.
With
Yeah,
Link, yeah,
but
because
bruv,
he had no
let's be-
choice. Well, not no
He had
choice.
no
that's the
No,
thing.
he did have a
choice,
The
choice.
result,
No, he had a choice.
no. What it was, Cal,
it down and-
let's be real. Resources weren't at their greatest, but not only that, the committee, I think, overpowered him a lot. Not
No,
saying Brady
Barini
was
was
his
his.
chance.
Bruv,
No.
He called Alan the Welsh, Xavi guys.
Bruv,
Come on, man.
I hear that. I hear that.
Well,
Rafa
That's so
Benitez.
disrespectful.
What's more disrespectful, yeah? The Welsh Xavi or trying to sell Xabi Alonso and get Gareth Barry?
The Welsh Xavi, that's more disrespectful.
No.
Xavi,
Come
Alonso.
on, bro.
Xavi is one of the greatest players to play the game, not just our
No,
generation.
you've missed
And you
what I've
compare
said.
the guy who's come from
No.
Swansea.
No, you missed
to
what I
Xavi.
said. No. I'm talking about what's the worse of crime. Rafa Benitez trying to get rid of Xabi Alonso for Gareth Barry, or Brendan Rodgers just bringing in Joe Allen. That's what I was asking you.
And hyping him up. All he did is coming to the stage. He just hyped him up, Cal. That's
No,
all
he
he
didn't.
did.
That's what I'm saying.
Bruv,
He
Joe
tried
Allen
to
played,
get rid of Xabi. Because
Joe
Rafa
Allen
Benitez,
played more than any other midfielders that season. It wasn't
No,
just
bro.
a hype job.
bro, he got rid of Xabi Alonso, and we didn't even get Barry. We got Aquilani. Who couldn't even, bro? Rafa's made some horrible mistakes, you know.
He has, but not as many as Brendan.
I just think Brendan plays better attacking football.
Brendan let our captain go, our best ever player.
Yeah,
It
he was
him.
making mistakes. He was wet round the ears, Cal. He had a lot of pressure.
He was
man.
young.
Like,
He was young. He was a young Brendan
I can't
Rodgers.
keep on hearing the young thing, bro, because if, let's say, for example, God forbid, Kabak goes on and has a bad game tomorrow, we're not going to be sitting there, but, oh, he's young.
No, but this
he's
is a
saying he had a poor
manager.
game.
This is a manager.
Bro, he's Liverpool manager. Bro, Hodgson, what we're going to say now, Hodgson was too old. That's why.
No, Hodgson's is different. Let's not talk about Roy.
Bro,
on
Brendan
this channel.
Rodgers is a good manager, but that's just it in my opinion. He's just a good
All right,
manager.
fair enough.
Stoic
Fair
stuff,
enough.
like we've seen Gerrard go over there with little to no experience and go and dominate a league over there as well.
I think
Good
that's
manager.
disingenuous because he went undefeated and none of the other sort of managers done that. So he still did something no one else did.
It's
Listen, I rate Rafa.
But he still went undefeated, bro. My park
Bro,
team
that's
could go
like
undefeated
when
and it still got a
bro, it's
rating.
like when the Arsenal fans were like, yeah, but Tierney got 3 assists against the Faroe Islands. It's like, okay, the Faroe Islands.
Nah, come on,
Robertson's still better.
Oh,
If you win 36 games or whatever it is you play in the Scottish League and don't lose a match, it's still got to be rated, even if you're the best team. Like, he didn't lose one match.
He's
Come on,
good,
man.
but just he ain't Rafa.
I rate both managers, man. Both managers
Good.
highly.
Good coach need good player. And Brendan Rodgers, he would succeed at Liverpool with this team. No doubt about that. The quality player him have, especially Van Dijk, he have everything in him powers to win the league. Trust me. Believe it.
Ashley Williams.
Brendan, I
Don't
still
do
think
that.
my second best manager is Rafa. I have a lot of respect for Rafa, what he has done for the club. But
Definitely,
I think him game don't evolve. And him going to set us defensive. We cannot leave from club and go back to Rafa. I would prefer Brendan because the attacking football he will play and him have the more experience now. You know? But we have to disagree to agree.
No,
The only thing I'll give Rafa a bit of credit for is there was one season we scored 103 goals, I think it was. And it did kind of change the narrative a little bit that we didn't play attacking football under Rafa. But I still think it was more robotic and rigid, like Matt said. It wasn't as free flowing as what I think Brendan would do. I think Brendan has got more free flowing attacking football. But
we drew to Ludogorets, guys, under Brendan. Just remember that.
Listen,
yeah,
Carl,
a lot
Carl,
went wrong
Carl.
under Brendan, Carl. A lot
Carl.
went wrong.
We've already spoken. I
Because
don't want to
of
go into a tangent, but my man signed Ryan Babel, and look what he done to him. My man signed. Listen, Dirk Kuyt was a striker or support striker. Turned him into a hard grafting right mid/right winger.
And got the best years out of Cal.
Sometimes I do wonder if Kuyt was. See, like back then, if you could have played a 4-4-2 potentially, I think Kuyt maybe playing next to Torres would have been. Do you know what I mean? Like doing what Robbie Keane was doing.
Brendan Rodgers played Jordan Ibe as a right wing back and Markovic as a left wing back.
Bro, we know. Hold on, Rafa? Hold on, what did Rafa do that was crazy? Hold on, there was one game where everyone
He
was
played
like,
Portsmouth and he played 7 defenders.
Yeah, come on, bro.
Okay. Guys, let us move on, because you know the time for you guys.
Yeah.
Seriously, let's spend time. But Conroy, big up yourself. I really appreciate the super chat. Make sure you guys go and
Man,
check
like
out
Conroy in the building.
Big
Yeah,
up, Conrad.
that's for you, man. Like man.
Appreciate that, man. Big up, man. Big up, Conrad, each and every time.
Yeah, I think your laugh is gonna take over the internet. To be honest.
Yeah.
yeah.
It was unreal.
But so one more year, Callum, good manager don't buy Ben Keke. Oh my God, man. You know what, guys? We have to give Ben Keke a lot of respect. I know you don't like him, Carl, but when he at Aston Villa, he's banging the goal. He's proving. That's why I'm getting the move
Fake.
come to Liverpool.
He used to go on purple patches. Go and look at his spread out of goals. He's poor.
Oh,
Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled by the stats, guys. Seriously, go and check out his Aston Villa career. He used to go on games where he wouldn't score for like 10, 12 games, and then he would go.
Yeah.
And score for bare.
I'm not
I know.
You're not wrong about that, but he was playing for a dead Aston Villa team, though.
And you were just banging goal for true.
There's a reason Klopp sold him straight away, you know.
Because
If you think he was good enough for the Klopps,
If you think Firmino's bad in goal, go back and watch the Benteke season on the Klopp when he missed those sitters.
No, Benteke's worse. Yeah, of course. No, you're right.
You got to have a bit more respect for a man who scored a bicycle kick at Old Trafford. Come on, Cal.
That was a beautiful goal, man.
That was
What's your saying, Drifty? What's your saying?
Yeah. The sun shines and the dogs are some days.
There we go.
Okay, guys, listen now. We're going to the sticky part right now. We're going to do starting lineup prediction. I'm starting with you first, man.
All right, he goes. I'm gonna go what I think Klopp's gonna go with. Yeah, he's gonna go Alisson, obviously. Trent will go Kabak, Nat Phillips, Robertson. I think he's gonna go 4-3-3. You know, I really do. Or is he gonna go 40? Is he gonna start all four?
I don't think so. Because he
likes to have a weapon. Do you know what? He's going to go 4-3-3 because he likes to have a weapon off the bench and he likes to change things if things aren't working. So this is what I think he'll do. He'll go with Fabinho, Thiago, and Wijnaldum. He'll go Salah, Mane and Jota. I think Firmino might get dropped. And I don't know who will play for the middle. And to a degree, it doesn't really matter because they rotate so much. But I think Firmino gets dropped potentially in this game. So that's my starting 11.
Jifty.
I think the same as Matt, but I think he's going to start Firmino and keep Jota as a weapon off the bench.
Oh my God, man! I don't want to see Firmino start, man.
Because I feel he's gonna.
We cannot continue doing the same thing, man. Firmino not giving us nothing. I think him better to come off the bench at this moment. Jota just coming off an international break, rest against Arsenal, come bust 2-goal Jota shot from Jamaica. So Jota has to start, bro. He has to start.
No, I hear you, but I don't think he will. I think he'll start Firmino. Plus, you got to think. Going away from home, you might have to kind of wait and see how the game pans out, but going to the game with the intention of giving up possession at the beginning and then growing into the game. And if you're going to give up possession, Firmino might make more sense anyway. So I think he's going to start with Firmino.
Fair enough.
I think I'm going with the same starting lineup as Matt. I think not for the reasons you said, right? That was quite harsh of me. No, we'll speak offline about that. But no, I think Jota's got to play this game. I think he'll go with the 3 pacey forwards you can all interchange because I think Real Madrid they've got a lot of injuries at the moment. We need to capitalise on that. I think you go with those front 3, and then it's say for example, like the Arsenal game. Let's say for example we really see that we've got them pinned back and we can really take advantage of this team. Then you bring on Firmino for Wijnaldum and then you just really go for it, in my opinion.
Yeah. Joe?
What I think he'll do or what I want?
What you think him do
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I don't think he'll change the formation. I think he'll go for the classic 4-3-3. I beg Klopp starts Jota. I mean, I love Firmino. I mean, I still do, even though he's been slightly off it. But Jota has to start, as Conroy said in the comments. Like, I think it's ridiculous if he doesn't start. I mean, he's been insane. We were screaming for Jota to come on against Arsenal. Come on 2 minutes, he gets a goal. It's good for Portugal. It's been insane this season. Also, the game against Atlanta, 5-0. That was Jota, Mane, and Salah all starting together. I think he will start Jota, Wijnaldum, Fabinho, and Thiago probably in the midfield. And then I guess the defense picks itself, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to see us go for a more attacking approach. I don't know how Real Madrid was set up, because sometimes they played a 5 at the back this season. Vázquez played as a right wing back. Sometimes they played 4 at the back. But I just think Liverpool is so much more unpredictable with Jota playing. I mean, it's something different, and we haven't really, no team has kind of faced us properly with Jota, Mane, and Salah playing. I just think we're playing so much better football with them. And Firmino can come on and maybe, offer something else, but that's what I want to see. I think he will go for that. I do think Jota will get the nod.
Jersey boy, can you give us something different? What do you think going to happen?
No, I think it's going to be the exact same lineup as our last Champions League game. It's going to be exactly the same.
Okay.
So,
Right.
yeah, I don't see any changes there. It's just going to be exactly the same, which is a normal back 4 of recent, Thiago, Wijnaldum, and Fabinho in midfield, and then a front 3 of Jota, Mane, Salah. I can see Firmino maybe starting, but I just think how Jota is right now, you can't drop him. And because I'm scared of Benzema and stuff, I want to try and outscore them. If Benzema and Asensio are going to be very good, then we need to outscore them. And I don't want to see a draw. I want us to get a away goal advantage for second leg.
Definitely. If we can get 2 goals away from home, that's going to be very important. The second leg at Anfield. But score prediction, guys. Start with you. No, Jifty not going to give me score prediction. But that's okay. Joe, what's your score prediction?
I think I may have said it on when we did our little Champions League preview, but it may have changed. Yeah. It's so hard to say. I don't know. 2-2 maybe. I want to be a bit level-headed. I don't want to say we're going to get the win. I think 2-2 would be a sick game. Obviously, I don't care whatever score it is, to be honest, as long as we win. But yeah, I think 2-2. Yeah, why not? That'd be a sick game. Yeah, 2-2.
Jersey boy, something positive. Positive. No jar, please.
Well, I'm not going to get taken by you to give a different scoreline. I'm always going to be honest. I'm not going for Leicester. I'm going 1-1.
Oh my God, man.
It's a fair prediction. I mean, even though we've been on form, like the whole season, pretty much the whole of 2021, there's not much to go off that we're gonna necessarily guarantee a victory in this game. Obviously, that we have the Leipzig game, but even still, I think we've got to be slightly reserved about how we predict, because I don't want to get too optimistic. I still have reservations about how we're going to end up, but that's my position.
Perfect.
I agree.
Yeah.
Callum, quick for you. Score prediction, and I would have loved for you to give me a combined level. Just you alone. Liverpool, Real Madrid. Give me a 3-1 prediction.
3-1 Liverpool.
Oh my God. Jersey boy, I need to go purchase that, okay?
3-1 Liverpool, I'm going for. Combined 11. Alisson in goal. Left back Robbo. Right back Trent. Centre back. Based on who we have available, centre backs, I'm taking Varane and Phillips. Centre midfield, I'm going. This is where it gets tough. I might go Fabinho holding, Thiago and Modric. And then up top, I'm going. This is, all right, so obviously Mane, Salah on the wings. It's between Benzema and Jota. I've got to go Benzema only because Jota's not played as much football this season.
So, Ram said the only change Klopp is going to make is Milner for Genie.
You
I
know,
don't
that
even
could
think
actually be
he's
true.
wrong.
Yeah, it could actually be true.
Could be very right. That's the thing. You might be right though. That's mad.
That which is
You
pretty
might be
much the
right.
team that I think I said. Yeah, I think it will be Firmino who starts. I won't be vexed if Firmino starts. I know Jota's the guy, but if we bring him on with half an hour to go and it's like 1-1 or whatever, and he just comes in and grabs an away goal, it ain't the worst result in the world. I think he'll start Jota in the home game, but in the away game, I think he might think about more possession than goals, and just feel out the game and see what Real Madrid are about. Do you know what I mean? In the first half, see what they're about. Are they about that life? Can they handle a better team than they used to play in, as Cal said? Because they don't really play teams that are on our level very often, do they? So
yeah, I would say the same thing to both. When you look at Real Madrid, especially in the Champions League this season, guys, they play Shakhtar Donetsk at home. They lose. They play Shakhtar Donetsk. I think they come from behind and win. They play Gladbach. Gladbach give them a lot of problem. Inter Milan give them a lot of problem. And Liverpool is a much better team than this team. You can see in the Champions League over and over. So let's hope we can get a positive result on Tuesday. But I am going with a 2-1 victory for Liverpool. Diego Jota to score. I think Klopp will definitely play Firmino. Something about Klopp, about Firmino. He's in favorite player, and this is a big game. He don't want to put Firmino on the bench. If him going to, he will not bench Firmino. He will play 4 of them. If him make a decision, we'll see him do that against Manchester City. So I think if Jota come on and score 1 or 2 more goals, that would be. And we love these options, and this is what we have. That's why I was pissed off when Klopp played Jota in the Champions League game. We should even win. Because
imagine where we'd be if we didn't play that game.
We'd be still in the title race. Still be in the title race.
That's why I said, like, Jota's injury was more impactful than Van Dijk's injury. I maintain that position because in some of these games where we drop points, the Fulham game, West Brom, Newcastle, Southampton, Burnley, Brighton, like there's no chance we lose all those games if Jota's not there. Even we may not win as much, but just Jota offers something completely different.
No, I agree. And if both of them are fit all season, hindsight might be 2020, but I think we'll probably would have retained the title, to be honest.
Definitely.
It would have been right now. Would be neck and neck at the very least.
We'd have pulled away long time.
Yeah, he brings something different because they're used to the front sheet, and the assistant manager Pep Linders said team get used to us. So Jota add to it. They don't know what Liverpool going to do, if they're going to start the 4 of them or they're going to bring off one. You can see especially when Jota started over Firmino, he pick up himself. He want to score goal. He want to arrive in the box. Roberto Firmino always, when Trent have the ball, when you look at Roberto Firmino, he man the center circle. So Jota is more going for the goal, But before I run, I won the last Champions League game. I think Dortmund versus Manchester City. Can you guys give a quick prediction? Joe, what's your prediction for that game?
Pretty sure City will walk it. Well, not walk it. I mean, Dortmund have been really poor in the Bundesliga. Obviously, Haaland is something different that Man City haven't had to face because every time Man City play, teams just roll over because they can't be bothered to attack Man City because, they're oil money FC and everything, all of this shit about them. Anyway, I think City will win. And it's embarrassing if they lose. It's embarrassing. I mean, the stuff that they've done in the Champions League, considering the amount of money they spent. But I could just go on and around about Man City. I really don't want to. But yeah, City will win. But I really hope Haaland goes for it, man. Just rough up Diaz or something like that. I want to see City get tested for once. I mean, they haven't been tested this whole season pretty much, apart from the beginning stages. But yeah, City will probably win. And come on, Dortmund. Good luck to them.
Score prediction, Jifty.
For the Dortmund Man City game?
Yeah.
Where's the first leg? At Etihad?
At Etihad.
2-1 City.
Matt?
2-1. 2-1 City.
3-1 City. They'll dominate possession. They'll do what Bayern normally do to Dortmund. They'll kind of smother them. Dortmund will have chances, but I just think Man City are going to really dominate their game. So they got a good chance, but I see only a City win. And quickly, so I didn't give a prediction for the Liverpool game. I'm going 3-1 Liverpool.
3-1 Liverpool. Jersey.
3-1 Liverpool.
You lot, man.
3-1 Liverpool.
I don't mind you being positive,
3-1.
but I mean, you piss in the wind a lot, bro.
Yeah.
And now Southside's pissing in the wind as well.
Bro,
man.
what did I say? What did I say for the Arsenal game?
Facts.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a lot easier to predict winning against a team that ain't got minerals.
All right. We'll see.
Let's hope not Philip and Kaba can have these guys in their back pocket and
Big
we'll
game.
just take care of business. You know, get a positive result over there. Definitely going through to the semi-final. But I want to tell you guys, thank you very much for coming on. I really, really appreciate it, Bridget. You know, this is the best I have
bless up,
so
man.
far this season.
Appreciate
So
it, man.
tell the people where they
Pleasure,
can
bro.
find a man like that.
Boy, you can catch us on Instagram, catch us on YouTube, Team Copies, you know what time it is. We're there, all on our socials. In fact, you can see us, our ats as well. Obviously, at Matt_Copish, at Drifty-ish, and at Callum Sanderson as well. You know where to find us. In fact, we're going to be going live in about, 15 minutes or something like that?
Yeah.
So catch us on
10
our
minutes,
channel.
yeah.
Yeah, Team Copish. If you don't know, get to know. We move and we are beating Real Madrid. Trust me.
So thank you very much, guys, for watching. I really, really appreciate it. Big up to my boy, Jersey Boy. He has done fantastic to the channel. I really appreciate him, you know. Big up to Joe. He started to be a part
Big
of
up,
the Ryan LFC show more
Big up,
often.
man. Big up, you guys.
Big up to
man.
Conroy. Make sure you guys go and subscribe to Conroy channel, Demo J, every single one of you guys. I really appreciate you. Thank you very much for watching. And make sure you guys go and subscribe to Team Copish. Tell them that Ryan LFC. Make sure you go flood the comment section. I want at least 15 of you guys over there. Let us see how big Ryan LFC is and see if you guys really love Ryan LFC. So thank you very much, guys, for watching. Until next time, from my boy Ryan LFC, I like to say peace out. Thanks for watching.